Greetings everybody. So today I'm going to be looking at the LEGO October 2020 LEGO catalog, and first and foremost I want to get this right out of the way. You may notice that this magazine right now is not in the best condition, especially up at the top. That's just because it was left out in the rain and I didn't realize until it was already soaking wet that it had arrived at my house. But anyways, just wanted to get that right out of the way. But let's take a look at this because I always like looking through these LEGO catalogs whenever I get them in the mail. Anyways, you can see right here we have a little wish list right here because, you know, the holiday season, it's coming up. And you can fold that out a little bit and there's this little rebuild the world advertisement. And yeah, that looks pretty cool, honestly. A little message right there. I'm not going to read all that, but if you want to read that, you can. Like, just pause the video. And, oh yeah, on the cover, LEGO City Main Square set. And yeah, this is kind of like the highlight set, I guess. You know, it's the one they show across 2 pages, and it's a new set, which they usually do with their catalogs. But personally, I think this set is awesome. I think if I was a kid, I would have loved getting this. There's so much you get here, though, which I would have just really appreciated. You know, you get a town hall, this little park area, this concert stage. You get a not monorail, but it's this little tram, and there's a little station for it too. You get a fire helicopter, a police ATV, a motorcycle. You get a bike right there. You get this little cart right here for Harl Hubbs, I think is his name. You get a diner even. You get a limousine. There's so many builds in the set. It's actually, I bet kids would love this. It is a 6+ set, so the builds are pretty simple and use a lot of large freeform pieces. So it's not their builds aren't the most complex by any means. But I don't know, I think it's still cool. And I love the minifigure selection. Just regular civilian minifigures, like everyday people. It's like my favorite type of minifigure. And yeah, I think this thing is just great. Yeah, I like it. And which is weird because usually I don't like sets that much that are like, that have just a bunch of individual builds. I usually like things with like 1 or 2 major builds, not a bunch of little stuff, kind of like this. But I don't know, I think I'm okay with it in this situation though, especially considering it's such a big set. Anyways, more LEGO City on this left page right here. You can see the diving sub thing that they're doing this year, which I always think it's a cool sub theme that they do here and there with LEGO City. And I especially like this ship a lot. That thing is cool. And yeah, I always like getting shipwreck builds in LEGO. And then LEGO Friends. I don't know too much about LEGO Friends, but I will say I think the theme is improving. They seem to be kind of veering away from the everything is pink and purple kind of thing, you know. I mean, sure, there's a lot of pink and purple, but it's nowhere near as much as when the theme first started. But like, they kind of went overboard with the girly stuff, I guess. But yeah, it's a little bit more gender neutral here, though still on the girly side. And looks like they're doing like a jungle sub theme. Looks pretty cool. This thing is nice. This jungle rescue base. I like the elephants a lot. Always love getting animal pieces in LEGO. And then Christmas stuff. This makes me happy. We got all these advent calendars up here. Interesting that they didn't show the Star Wars one up here. Which, out of those 4, the Star Wars one and then these 3, the Star Wars one is probably my favorite. I usually like the Star Wars advent calendars the most. Even though out of all the themes that they have advent calendars for, you know, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Friends, and City. City's probably my favorite theme, just as a whole. But for advent calendars, I think the Star Wars ones are the best. And yeah, it's weird they didn't show that one here. But anyways, these ones all look pretty cool. Once again, I am not too into Friends, so this is probably my least favorite. And yeah, I like these two a lot. The City and Harry Potter ones, those are pretty good too. And you got some Christmas sets down here, some more. This Christmas wreath, that thing is pretty cool. I gotta tell you. And it's like a 2-in-1 thing, which looks like this thing has some candles or something. I don't know. I like this thing a lot. I could see that becoming a good seller. And also these little $13 like minifigure scale holiday themed sets. Always like these. Little snowball fight here. Looks very fun. And then the Winter Village set this year, the Elf Clubhouse. I love Winter Village sets, and this one is great. Elf Clubhouse. I think this is probably one of the stronger ones that they've done. Yeah, I think it's really good. Interesting how they moved Winter Village sets to the 18 plus line, because I see a lot of kids that like getting Winter Village sets. And yeah, 18 plus isn't like you have to be 18 to get this, or anyone who's under 18 will not be able to build this at all. Like, it's just way too difficult. Like, that's not what it's saying. It's just kind of a marketing tactic for them to try to appeal to adults more. But the average consumer might look at that 18 plus little age range and view that as a little bit, maybe a kid shouldn't have this. So for the average consumer, I think moving into the 18 plus line, the Winter Village sets, I don't think that's the best idea, but we'll have to see how that turns out in the next couple years that they have Winter Village sets as 18 plus. But yeah, this thing looks great though. Very unique shape, I must say. I love the shaping on this. It's anything but plain in terms of the shape. And then Duplo stuff, don't have much to comment there, because I just don't really have, I'm not really into Duplo, of course. And then Lego dots here. I actually love Lego dots. This theme is great, and I love the little 1x1 tiles with like these crazy prints. Like there's a panda here. You know, there's, that looks like a little rocket ship. I don't know. They just have some cool prints. And then the picture frames, you know, I like making office supply type things out of Lego. So picture frames, you know, I think that's a good idea. And yeah, it's fun that you can customize these. You know, this is actually an interesting theme for Lego to do, because it isn't like, there aren't like set instructions for these. It's kind of like, just build whatever you want with these pieces, but they give you suggestions on the packaging, of course. But yeah. Anyways, some Disney sets. Duplo, don't really know much about that. The little Disney princess line with the mini dolls. Not really into that either, although this actually looks pretty cool, this cottage. And then the Mickey and Minnie Mouse, like, buildable characters. Those things look really cool, although I do think $180 is kind of ridiculous. They should not be that much, although they do look really cool. And then Monkey Kid, this is a theme that I personally love very much. This is the Flaming Foundry. And yeah, this thing is out of the second wave of Monkey Kid, which only had 3 sets and it was kind of disappointing. This is probably my favorite out of those 3. I don't know, it looks really cool. It reminds me a lot of the Fortrex from Nexo Knights. But yeah, I think this thing it looks cool, I must say. It definitely grew on me over time. When I first saw pictures of this, I was like, it doesn't look that great. But no, actually, taking a closer look at it, it's actually pretty cool. And is that the only Monkey Kid set they have? Huh. Because that's weird. Because it's a non-licensed theme that they are doing, and it's new, so I think they should be trying to promote that a lot. Although I do know that it's kind of aimed more towards the China market, because it's based off of Journey to the West, which is a very popular Chinese like story. Not so much in the US though. So if anyone out there is watching from China, please tell me, are they advertising Monkey Kid a lot in China? Because in the US they aren't really, but I know it's aimed towards the Chinese market. So I'm curious to hear if it's actually being advertised more in China, because it's weird that they only have 1 set in this whole catalog. And then Super Mario, this thing is crazy. I've been wanting anything Lego Nintendo for just a long time, and Mario is probably my favorite Nintendo property. Zelda's pretty close, but you can't beat Mario. And yeah, this is I was not expecting them to do this little course system that they have. I hope they do minifigure sets at some point, which I'm not alone on that one. A lot of people want minifigure sets for Mario. I think the fact that you have to buy this set, which is $60, if you want to be able to use any of this, is kind of weird. I mean, you can buy the expansion sets, but you can't actually play the game unless you have Mario. So in order to get Mario, this is the only set he comes in, which is $60. I don't know, that just doesn't sit right. I don't know. yeah, I don't think it's. I'm curious to see how well it sells. It seems like it's selling fine. It's not like it's not selling like hotcakes or anything, but it's not. It doesn't seem to be warming shelves from what I can tell. But yeah, this is probably one of my favorite expansion sets. This Mario's house and Yoshi. That thing looks awesome. I love this little house. It's so cute. And yeah, and then they have one of the power-up packs, the Cat Mario one, and then these character packs, little CMF packs almost. These things are awesome. I can definitely see people that aren't gonna really get into this whole system buying these. I definitely want to buy some of these, even if I don't get the starter course. So I can't really use these, but they're just nice display pieces, and they're $5. Like, you're not gonna lose much from that. And then Creator 3-in-1. These are pretty cool, actually. I think Creator 3-in-1 sets are improving quite a lot over the past couple years, I must say. Space Rover Explorer. That's pretty cool. I do like the alternate builds a lot as well. And then the Caravan Family Holiday. I always love getting Lego sets that are related to camping. I don't know why, so it's no surprise that this is appealing to me. And I'm very surprised that one of the alternate builds is a lighthouse. And it actually looks really good. So yeah, this one's impressive. And then this little Mindstorms robot inventor. I have the Mindstorms EV3 robot, and seeing the next like Mindstorms robot system, I don't know. It's kind of interesting because the EV3 came out in like what, 2013? Yeah, I think this thing right here, MVP, if that's what they're calling it, that thing looks awesome. It's got this little. Is that like a claw or something? I don't know what that is, but it looks cool. Don't know if I'm going to be buying it because I already have EV3 and it's quite expensive at $360, but yeah, still looks cool. And Diagon Alley. Great set. Oh, I love this thing. The previous Diagon Alley from, I think, 2010, I think was amazing. And this one, I would say is better, honestly. It's interesting how they have like this, it's kind of like a row of streets, or not a row of streets, but a row of buildings along a street, whereas the previous one was a bunch of individual buildings that weren't really connected, but these are kind of like modular buildings that are connected. But yeah, I think this thing is really cool. I would love to get it, and it just looks great. I love how colorful it is. Like, it's just so unique looking. I don't know, I love this thing. And you got nice interior spaces as well. Yeah, I could talk about this set for a long time, but for the sake of time for this video, gotta move on. Let me get to Ninjago right here. Some 4+ sets. I don't really care for that too much. The Skull Sorcerer's Dragon. One of their Ninjago's many dragon sets, but I always like their dragon sets, and this one's pretty cool. And yeah, I think this looks like a cool set. Although I will say the box art for the newer Ninjago sets is, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. I think they went a little too overboard with the background, and I don't think these are photos of the sets. I think they might be like a digital rendering, which kind of makes it hard to see like what comes with the set. Like, you have to analyze it a little bit just to see what exactly you're getting with the set. I don't know, it just looks a little bit messy, but I do appreciate that they're trying something new with the boxes. And the new Destiny's Bounty, definitely not as good as the Ninjago movie one. I think they're never going to top that one, at least anytime soon. But granted, this one's a lot smaller, and I think it still looks good. It's from one of the Legacy sets, so it's based off the original, which is actually a pretty different design from the movie one. But yeah, I think this one looks pretty good, actually. I do like it. And then Technic, not really my forte, but I still think it's cool to see some of these sets. These little pullback dragster set right here. I've seen a bunch of the pullback like Technic sets, and they're pretty cool. Just the idea of them. I don't have any. I only have one Technic set, literally. But yeah. And then this Dom's Dodge Charger from Fast and Furious. I know the Fast and Furious 9 movie got delayed, so this set is out like super early because it's based off of that movie. So yeah, I think that's kind of interesting. And then this little hauler It's pretty cool. And I see they're doing a lot of these app-controlled, like larger Technic sets, which is pretty neat. And then Trolls World Tour set, just one of them, the Vibe City concert. Honestly, call me crazy, but I kind of like the Troll sets. I just love how weird they look, and they're so colorful, and they just have so many weird colors. Like, I don't know, this thing just looks crazy fun though. Like, I'm probably one of the few people under the age of like 10, or over the age of 10, that actually likes Lego Trolls. I don't know. I just love just super vibrant and colorful Lego sets, so this, no surprise, would appeal to me. And yeah, architecture, we have the White House. This thing looks nice. I definitely think they did a pretty good job of capturing the White House in this scale in Lego form. Love that American flag piece. That's going to be super useful. Anyways, ideas. I have Central Perk. I think that is a fantastic set. I don't even watch Friends. I've seen like maybe 2 episodes in my life, but I did get this set just because it looks so good, and the deal was awesome. $60 for 1,070 pieces in a minifigure scaled set. That is a fantastic deal, and I remember this was like one of the best-selling sets of 2019 when it came out, and that doesn't surprise me at all. I think it's a great set. Highly recommend getting that. The International Space Station. I'm not too into the space stuff from LEGO Ideas, and they do a lot of it, but I don't know. So this doesn't really interest me that much, but I know that stuff is interesting to a lot of people, and I'm sure it's doing very well. And then the grand piano. I actually play piano. When I saw that this set would become an actual set, I was like, what? Like a piano set, how's that gonna work? And when I saw the official photos of the finalized product, and it said, this is playable, I was like, how is that possible in a Lego set? But it's not really playable. Taking a closer look at it, it's kind of, it's a little bit misconceiving, because it makes it seem like you can actually play this like a regular piano, but no. So basically you like hook it up to this app, and it has a bunch of songs that you can have on it, and you press play, and the keys kind of move on their own in a random pattern. It doesn't actually match with the song, like in terms of the notes. It's just kind of random notes being pressed, but you aren't pressing them. It's automatic, and that's when you hook it up to the powered up system. So basically, and the sound is coming from your phone, so you're not actually playing it. It's like playing itself, but the sound isn't actually coming from the piano. It's coming from your phone. And so you're not actually able to play it, which is kind of weird. It's definitely a little bit misconceiving. I remember, myself included, and a lot of other people, when we first saw the set, I thought it would be like actually playable. That's what it made it seem like it would be, but it's not. And I still think it's a good set. The Fiat 500, not too into these creator expert like large cars, but I think this one's pretty cool, I must say. I definitely like this little canvas right here with the Fiat in front of the Colosseum in Rome. That's awesome. I love the box art to this too. You got the Colosseum in the background, just very like this Italian feel, which I think is great. But yeah, those like large creator sets, once again, based off the cars, don't really appeal to me. The crocodile locomotive, on the other hand, I actually like this thing a lot. This thing is really cool. I love Lego trains, and I think this thing is really cool. I definitely like it a lot, and they don't show the minifigures here at all, which is kind of weird. And then the haunted house. Love this thing. I love anything like spooky in Lego, and this is like the ultimate just spooky set. It's not an actual haunted house. It's part of their little carnival ride theme for Creator Expert, except this is not Creator Expert anymore. It's under the 18 plus line. But yeah, so it's like an attraction that is a haunted house, you know. It's one of those things, which I probably like the Monster Fighters haunted house more, which was an actual haunted house instead of a haunted house ride at an amusement park. but I still think this thing looks really cool. Yeah, I like it a lot. And there's this old drop tower feature along here, which I think looks pretty fun. And I love, there's a bunch of adventurous stuff, like references throughout the build. I can see this right here, and they have the little Sphinx head. Can't really see it, but it's right there. Yeah, tons of Lego Adventures references in this, which I love because that theme is so cool. And I would love to get one of those sets, but they're really expensive, really expensive. Although, I may be getting something kind of related to adventures pretty soon, so yeah, keep your eye out for that. Anyways, some superhero stuff. Got DC on the left. Joker's Trike Chase, don't really care for it. The Harley Quinn minifigure is cool. I definitely think they're upping their game with each Harley Quinn minifigure, but these like big monster truck type builds don't appeal to me that much. The 1989 Batmobile, that thing's awesome. Not for me, I'm not a big like Batman fan or anything, but I think it looks really cool. Yeah, definitely like it. And I love this new Batman cowl piece that's kind of like attached with a cape-ish. I don't know, it's really cool. Then some Marvel stuff over here with this Iron Man helmet. I love how you're getting all of this metallic gold. That's quite a lot of metallic gold. I think that's a fantastic color, much better than pearl gold any day. So seeing that much metallic gold in one set, I like it. The helmet lines that they've been doing for Marvel and like Star Wars and that kind of thing, they're pretty cool. I'm not really into them that much myself, but they still look pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. This new Iron Man armory is insanely disappointing. Which the last one I think was also like not that great. It was way too overpriced, and the last one was like $60. I don't think you got that much money's worth at all. In this one, they have like one new Iron Man variant. Like the whole point of these is that you're getting all these different Iron Man suits, and there's only one here. Like yes, this is $30. It's a lot cheaper, but they have 2 aimbots, which is anybody actually like wanting to collect aimbots? They're not that interesting. I'm sorry, but they're not. Like they could have easily substituted both of these for like 1 or 2 other Iron Man suits. And then the hot rod, like we don't really need that. So this is just a big miss as a set, in my opinion. And the Lego art theme, new theme that they're doing, this thing is really cool. I gotta tell you, I wasn't expecting this to become an actual theme, but hey, I'm glad it is. And they have this Andy Warhol like Marilyn Monroe thing, which is really cool. Yeah, I love that. They are $120, which is kind of pricey, but they do have a lot of pieces, like over 3,000 for this one. And granted, a lot of them are these small, like 1x1 pieces, but still, I don't know. I haven't seen them in person, but I imagine they're pretty big. And then this Iron Man one, pretty cool. I do love how they have different options for these, for ones you can build. The Sith one for Star Wars, that's pretty cool. I love how you can build like one villain from each trilogy, you know. And then the Beatles one, this is probably my favorite. This or the Marilyn Monroe is like my favorite out of these 4. I love this one. Although it sucks that if you want all 4 Beatles, you're going to have to buy 4 of these sets, which would be $480. And yeah, I don't like how you can build one at a time, but I get it. Star Wars sets. Mandalorian and the Child Brickhead. That thing is probably going to sell very well because of that Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian figure too. I don't watch the show. Don't really have much of an interest in it. But yeah, I know a lot of people love that show and it's doing very well. So I think this thing is probably going to sell pretty well. This thing is egregious. This thing is terrible. I mean, the set itself, it's fine. I had the old General Grievous Starfighter from like 2011, I think it was, and it was a good set. This one, it looks fine, but the price, that is outrageous. $80 for this. Out of your mind. And yeah, I mean the minifigures are cool, but like $80 for this that's a scam, and that's a terrible price. And moving away from that disaster, we have the Mos Eisley Cantina, which this thing looks great. I love that. I love Lego Star Wars playsets, you know, like buildings instead of just vehicles, because I feel like too much of Star Wars is vehicles, which, yeah, there's a bunch of iconic like ships from Star Wars, and they should definitely do that. But I feel like there's a bunch of iconic locations too that they don't do enough of, and they do kind of go overboard with the cantina sometimes. I know they had one in 2014 and then one in 2018, which was kind of a short break between the two, just 4 years. But this is like a full-on cantina, 2 years after the last one, but that last one was like pretty small and this one's huge. And I like how they're doing the entire thing. And I actually think the fact that this is a set is very interesting because it's a bar, you know? And I know Lego doesn't like doing like alcohol related stuff that much, but they did a bar here. Like, that's impressive. And yeah, it is under the 18 plus line, so it's not really aimed towards kids per se. But yeah, still the fact that they did a bar is pretty interesting. And 20 minifigures, awesome. I love getting new like crazy head molds in Lego. And Star Wars has a bunch with like their aliens. This guy's headpiece is awesome. Momau Nadon. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but I do love the original trilogy, just saying. But I just don't know how to pronounce much of these characters. I'm getting these little Bith musicians. I love that. Here we go. This guy's headpiece is really cool. The Garandan or whatever. Yeah, that thing is awesome. And looks like that's the last page except for the back. But I'm gonna flip to the back off camera because my address and everything is at the top. So just gonna cover that up. And just so nobody sees my address or everything, they just have a little VIP little advertisement at the back for the VIP system. But anyways, that is it for my look at this Lego catalog. A very rambling video, I guess. But I don't know, it's just fun to take a look through these and express my thoughts on some new sets. So yeah, definitely gonna do another video like this next time I get another Lego magazine. So hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and yeah, I'll see you soon.